Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to the channel. TammyTalks here. Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 1. Who gonna check me, boo? The ladies are back. The peaches are back, alright? So, if you have not already, if you enjoy anything throughout this video, throughout this recap, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, and then argue amongst yourselves, I guess, in the comment section. All right, y'all. So let's talk about this opening. So first, all the ladies look beautiful. I love the cast picture. Let's get this a little bigger. Love the cast picture from this season. Everybody looked good. I love the orange. I love the peach colors. Like, that was a good look. They didn't have to redo it, you know, and take another cast picture themselves like they had to last year. So I wanted to pop that up on screen. But let's get started, y'all. So it starts off with Shereé. Now, we have already seen this scene. It's been floating around social media because Bravo released a lot of snippets and clips from this episode. But Shereé is at her house, and Martell comes over after a photo shoot. For those of y'all that don't know, Martell is from Love and Marriage Huntsville, where he is infamous and notorious for cheating on his wife during the pandemic and fathering an outside child, okay? He is now basically stalking his ex-wife, trying to do everything he can to kind of either get her back or have control over what she does with her life. But that's neither here nor there. Shereé will get to that, I'm sure, at some point throughout the 7-8 month like sham of a relationship that they have. But let's talk about it. So they're awkward, they're forced, they don't look like a couple, okay? Like, everything was cringy, even though their conversation seemed almost like it was from memory. You know what I mean? It didn't seem natural, it didn't flow. Shereé is saying that she has a surprise for him. Go ahead and go ahead and get changed. In her confessional, she's like, despite what we have seen on TV, on the other show, he has shown her nothing but respect. I said, oh yeah? Okay. Because on the other show, he's not claiming you. But that's okay, though. You're fine with that, Shereé. If you like it, I love it, sis. So, boom. So she has a chef come over to cook for them. And when Martell comes out, he's like, oh, this is a surprise? Oh, I thought it was something else. So y'all ain't been together but a hot Trisket, and he is already thinking y'all about to have threesomes. Shereé, like, you really gonna embarrass yourself this season, but that's what you want, sis. We have wanted more for you. We have wanted better for you. You have not wanted it, and there's nothing we can do about that. So they're sitting down. They're talking about Ross's party. You know, Sanya is throwing this big party for Ross's 40th birthday. And somehow they start talking about Todd and KANDI and the fact that KANDI was calling Martell an opportunist, which he is. But Martell felt the way and was like, no, an opportunist is your husband. You know, ain't they both like 3 feet tall? How tall is Martell? Because Martell does not look that tall to me. So I would like to know, how tall is Martell? Let's see if I can pull it up. Martell is 5'11". It ain't 6 feet. But I mean, like, the short jokes, they little. Ain't nothing they can do about that. They're little. So Shereé thinks that they are going to be respectful, however, at the party. We pan over to KANDI. So she is meeting with Don Juan, and I forgot the other lady's name. But they're all meeting, and I guess they are going to be bringing back Candy Coated Nights. So that is why they're there having a little meeting. So they're talking about if Candy has talked to any of the ladies. She has not talked to Shereé. They talk about the abysmal She by Shereé drop, which we found out was like She by Shein, She by Joggers. It wasn't what Shereé should have put out. We'll put it that way. It is not what Shereé should have done after all these years of promising us spring, summer, September. So KANDI is then saying that Ace said that she works too much. And she's like, that's wild for a 6-year-old to say that. And then because production said we're not going to play with y'all this season, production inserts a clip of just yesterday with KANDI filming her confessional. And Ace is on the phone crying because he wants her to help him with something. And she's like, "Can't Aunt Cat help you?" And he's like, "I like when you help me. You help me understand better." And it's like, damn, KANDI, that was a bad little shady little clip they put in. That wasn't the best. Wasn't the best for you, but I don't think KANDI's a bad mother. I think that it's just something that people like to say and do at this point. So Kenya and Monyetta show up. We know that Monyetta has a peach this season. So they show up, or is she a friend of the show? She's going to be featured more. So they show up, and KANDI is saying how Monyetta made her mad last year when the whole thing with Marlo kicking out her nephews. KANDI felt that that Monyetta was on Marlo's side. Marlo was, feeling that she was overwhelmed and she had to get, send her nephews off, whatever she was going through. No comment. Monyetta was like, it kind of, since I'm friends with KANDI, like, it kind of hurt me to think that she thought that I was on Marlo's side when I wasn't. So they're talking about Ross's upcoming party. We find out that Kenya is dating a guy named Roy that was set up with that she was set up with from Monyetta. So it's like, all these people, but it took for Monyetta to find me somebody. I guess they say is Kenya still with this guy? Because Shereé is shading her right now as we speak on Twitter. But hey. So they talk about the rumors of Martell because they're wondering if Shereé is going to bring Martell. They talk about all those rumors that popped up that Martell was cheating on Shereé with some other women while he was in Atlanta. Kenya then reveals that Martell tried to talk to her first, slid in her DMs. So she pulls up the message, and when you look at it, it shows the accept, reject, block. Or something, accept, reject, deletes, whatever Instagram says at the bottom. And it shows that Martell has unsent the message, but the actual message request is still there. So she's like, oh, well, he deleted it. So now you don't really have the proof. Don't really have the proof. So she said that she would never date Martell in her confessional because any woman he looks at gets pregnant. But she said it's not a problem for Shereé because she don't get periods no more. I said, y'all are here with the shade so early. We are a smooth 12 minutes into the episode. So KANDI said that, Kenya asked KANDI, so what's going on with you and Todd? When I was talking to you, I heard, a little rah-rah in the back between you and Todd, and KANDI is saying how Todd is working, he wants to get a movie produced. He has a bunch of different scripts. So he's working on some stuff. He wants KANDI to produce it. KANDI says she does not have the time to do it because she's working on other things. So she said that she agreed to take a meeting. She said that she had an interview at 11, so she would not be able to take the meeting because that's when it was. She then finds out that he switched the meeting to 4 because somebody else said they couldn't meet at 11. So she gets a little shaking, crying KANDI voice because she feels that Todd is trying to make it seem as if she is the problem. She said that she knows that she's trying to do everything she can to help him. He feels that she is not there for him and as supportive of him as he is of her when it comes to her projects. Here's the thing, KANDI. If Todd is saying that, then that is his truth. That is his truth. You can't say, I can't, or you shouldn't say, I can't help you as my husband with this this production because I want to do something else. Like, back him, find some, I don't know. But it's not that he's trying to make you the problem, but it seems like he's just calling you out on something that y'all need to work through. So Kenya tells her, look, some sisterly advice. I don't want to see y'all go down to divorce court. Find a way to make some time to spend with your husband and support him. And then I like that Kenya left it right at that. That's it. That's all. So we pan over to Shereé. So, I'm sorry, we pan over to Sanya. Sanya still got all these people living in her house. It's her, it's her husband, it's her mom, it's her dad, it's her sister's husband, and then their 2 kids. So she's planning Ross's party, and she's saying how, the first venue fell through. We got a new venue, whatever the case. Her brother-in-law, who is having a hard time getting into Atlanta real estate the way that he wants to, is working as an assistant for her because she's hoping that this will give him some contacts and help him network. So she's asking him to do something, and her sister was like, "See, you don't have boundaries, okay? Because you really could let him eat while you asking a bunch of questions." Then now that I think about it, she be asking the kids if they want to go play when I'm cooking dinner. Like, whoa. You know what you can do, Sanya sister? You can move the fuck out, too. You can really move out. I kind of feel like should Sanya have a little bit more decorum when it comes to, stuff with the kids? Sure. But at the same time, that is Sanya's house. If you don't like the way she runs her house, the way she operates in her house, you and your husband and your 2 kids can get up and go get yourselves a house too. Y'all can get yourself a house too. So Sanya is saying how, she has employed everybody in her family at some point in time. So, she's basically everybody's money train. And I just kind of feel like it's not like she said to go do the shit right now. She casually brought something up. I didn't see an issue with it. I don't even feature Sanya like that, but I just feel like in this scenario, she wasn't wrong. Sanya's sister, you probably need to move. That's just what it comes down to at the end of the day. I certainly don't want to see a whole season, though, of Sanya's family that's living with her feeling like they can talk to her and they can treat her however they want to in the house that she is paying for. That's not cool. So we pan back over to KANDI. KANDI is at home with the kids trying to have some family time. Looks like, she's fixing plates for dinner. Todd is on a phone call working on his script. So KANDI is like, it's family time. It's family time. Todd is like, shh, I'm working right now. In the kitchen? I know. In that big ass house and guest house, you got an office somewhere, Todd. But Todd is working at the kitchen table. The kids asking for chips and juices and stuff. KANDI's like dinner is literally in front of her on plates. And she's like, no, we're getting ready to eat. So she starts singing, I don't have the energy to get all this done. While, she's, putting food on the kids' plates. Todd, starts to stop. And he's like, all right, I got to go. My family needs me. But then he's like, okay, let's just take it from the top. I said, oh. Todd had no intention on stopping. And that's, hey. But it kind of feels like, KANDI, is this what he goes through with you? Because we have seen Todd on a couple different seasons talk about how KANDI doesn't make time for the family, doesn't make time for the kids. So it's kind of like tasting your own medicine, almost. So we pan over to Marlo. So, first and foremost, Marlo's earrings were outrageous. I want to know how heavy they were. They were Alexander Wang. They were, no ma'am. I mean, they're good for a confessional look, but I hope she's not just wearing them anywhere. So, her nephews are there. They're going back and forth, fussing about homework. I ain't going to be up till 1 o'clock in the morning with you. I said, y'all sound like two grown-ass. Y'all sound like a parent and a child. But they are making dinner for her. It's Taco Tuesday. So, then they have a life coach come over. They're working on a family mission statement. All this stuff that I don't know if it's performative. I don't know if this is really something Marlo is honestly doing for these kids. Nonetheless, whether it is just for the show or not, I hope these couple sessions that we'll probably see do help those boys. Marlo's been taking care of them for 3 years at this point. She has to talk to her sister, and I think she said about a year. So, you know. So then we get back over to Shereé. So Sanya comes over to Shereé's house because she wants to work out with her. She wants to get a booty by the weekend for this party. Okay. So she's telling her how there's tension and friction in her house because her brother-in-law works for her and they're complaining about boundaries. Now, Sanya's getting ready to get into it, but the doorbell rings and now, is Courtney a housewife? Where's that picture? I think I put the picture down. I think Courtney is a new housewife. If I'm not mistaken. So Courtney being the newest housewife. Hold on, let me pull up this picture. I think she is. I feel like she's the new housewife. So Courtney, or at least friend of the show. So Courtney comes over, and off rip, her energy was very, she really gave, I'm on this show, I'm about to make a splash. I don't care what type of splash it is, but Courtney came in wanting to make a splash. You hear me? So she knows Shereé because their kids went to school together. So she has a marketing consulting company. And then she also has her own jewelry brand. She was like, see, I'm wearing my own jewelry. See, this is our mine. I was like, slow down so we can look at it. Damn, she was like, she was on her Diddy and Maze. It was weird. So Sanya's talking about the party. Courtney gets invited. Sanya was like, I invited Drew. You didn't have to. Unless production is paying for this. You didn't have to. Don't bring that old tire beef that you had with Drew into this season. Because you really didn't have a valid reason to not like her, Sanya. You really didn't. You just wanted to come in and Drew was an easy target for you. So that's why you went after her. But that's tired. That's late. That's delayed. However people want to say it. Don't bring that shit back up. Don't bring that back up. So Courtney is saying how KANDI's name comes up, and Courtney is like, oh, KANDI's been calling around asking people if, do they know me and what do they know about me and, going through my Instagram. How do you know she's going through your Instagram? I didn't like Courtney's energy. I didn't. I didn't like it. I didn't like anything about it. So Shereé is like, well, speaking about KANDI, she tried to spoof me. So now Shereé feels away. But look, Shereé, you sat on camera, though, and said that KANDI is trash and she doesn't do any of this and she's sucking dick all over the place. So you're mad that she spoofed you by literally just putting on an outfit that you had on and it was your voice? You're that mad about that? You said that you were clickbait. You said she was using you for clickbait. Y'all gonna stop speaking stuff into existence. KANDI spoofs were hilarious. All last summer, spring, whatever season that was that she was doing them. They were hilarious. They were also in good fun, but it got the girls upset. So Shereé said in her confessional that the only time that KANDI isn't talking about her or other people is when she's eating or sucking dick. I said, you doing a whole lot, Shereé. Because KANDI's going to eat you up on the reunion, right? Okay. So then we see Sanya getting ready for the party. She loves the venue. She said that her budget was $40,000 and she has spent $100,000. So you didn't have a budget then. If you are $60,000 over budget, you didn't have a budget, sis. Or you weren't budgeting correctly, but that's a lot to spend on the party. But hey, they rich, so carpe diem. So Marlo is meeting with a guy that is going to design her wig for her. She wants to get a nice bob because the theme of the party is Harlem Nights. So she said that the skits were funny, but she's cool on KANDI. You were offended by the skit, but you also said that KANDI cannot get into places that you can get in, and that's literally what she conveyed in the skit. So she said that KANDI needs to stick to doing the skits because they were funny as hell because Broadway and singing aren't working out for her. Wasn't KANDI just nominated for a Tony for Broadway? That didn't age well. That didn't age well at all. That did not age well at all. Oh, she was nominated for an Emmy too. That didn't age well at all, Marlo. I know you hate that you said that. I know, because you know that, that didn't age well at all, Marlo. So then finally we get to the party, okay? Everybody looks great. Everybody's in theme. Kenya said her expectations were low. Okay? Because that last party that Sanya had with the dried beef patties and, they were they didn't have servers, the photo booth wasn't working. They were all over it. But this party is it's a really, really nice party. And everybody does give, credit where credit is due. So Ralph comes, everybody's like, where's Drew? He's like, oh, she wasn't feeling well. And then she has a family crisis. So Kenya in her confessional was like, you're married. That's your family too. So Ralph said in his confessional that Drew's father is sick. And, she's going through a lot. But he had to be there to support his boy. I said, still trash. Still trash can choose. Bye, Ralph. Bye. Bye, Ralph. The fact that you even never mind. So they then get a confessional montage of all the shade towards Shereé and Martell when they come walking in. So Kenya asks if Shereé and Martell are official. Martell was like, yeah, official are that. But then I feel like last week's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, which I'm assuming these were both, filmed simultaneous or close enough. When Maurice and Marceau asked you, you said that she's just somebody you're dating pretty much. He describes Shereé on Love and Marriage Huntsville as a fuck buddy, to be real. One of his little friends. But over here, y'all are official. Oh, Shereé. Oh, Shereé. Oh, Shereé. Jesus Christ, sis. So, Kenya says in her confessional that Shereé needs a spinoff show called Watch Me Date These Dumb Dudes. So then we see Kenya push Shereé to the side and she's talking to Mayetta, and we get one of those side-by-side montages where Kenya is talking to Shereé and Mayetta, and then it is Courtney, Sanya, and KANDI. So let's do the Martell one. Let's do the Kenya one first. So Mayetta is telling Shereé, we heard that Martell was seeing some other women up in Atlanta. Is that true? So then, and you can tell it took Shereé off guard. She was like, well, is she here? I don't see her because he's been here for 3 days and he's been with me. And I'm a Ferrari and that girl's a Toyota. Shereé, shut your dumb ass up because you sound stupid. You sound stupid. And you sound stupid. Shereé, you are too old for this. So then Kenya is like, well, Martell did slide in my DMs on some, I want to be the one to tell you before it comes out because I done already told 2 other people. So I don't want it to kind of slip out. It should come from me. And Shereé is telling Martell to come here. Kenya said in her confessional, look, I'm not trying to be rolling on the ground with She-Man. Because y'all know Shereé strong as hell. So while this is going on, we have Courtney and Sanya and KANDI. And Courtney comes up to KANDI and it's like, Dina said someone said that we were friends. And KANDI was like, I don't know you. I know Dina, but I don't know you. So Courtney is basically trying to have a moment, right? Nothing more, nothing less. Courtney said, I'm going to come on, I'm going to get my peach, and damn it, I'm going to make sure I make a splash. And this was not the right way, sis. This was a terrible first impression. This was a terrible first impression, Courtney. This is not the first look that you want for the show. It's just not. This is not the first look you want. Nonetheless, they're going back and forth. Courtney is like, yeah, well, I heard that you were asking about me and all this other stuff. KANDI was like, I saw the picture of Dina. I know who Dina is. I don't know you. So I probably said, who is this? Nothing more, nothing less. Sanya even tells Courtney, you doing too much, sis. It's all about your tone and what's going on. So then Courtney was like, yeah, and I don't clout chase either. And KANDI was like, why you bouncing at me? And it was like, what are you doing? I was KANDI. I was like, why is she? Because when somebody flinch at you, we all know what that means. So KANDI is like, I never said that you were. You acted like I said you were clout chasing. But you clearly are, Courtney. So KANDI then tells her, like, what is the energy? Courtney tells KANDI to calm down. People don't like being told to calm down. I'm going to be real. Nobody likes being told to calm down when they are upset, angry, simply trying to express themselves. So KANDI said, I'm about to headbutt this bitch. I said, not headbutt. Not headbutt. A lot happened, and that was everything that happened. And then I can't tell if the Martell Kenya Shereé thing is like happening now or next episode, but we see Martell come over. He clearly calls Shereé out. Calls Kenya out her name. Kenya is like, what did you say to this black queen standing in front of you? And then shit goes downhill, and it'll be continued next episode. This was a great, great, great season opener, though. I'm hoping that this season gives a little more. I enjoyed last season, but it wasn't like the RHOA that we really wanted last season. So I'm hoping that this is good. Shereé, you look stupid. I just want to keep reiterating that. This is not a good look for you. It's not a good look for you. But let me know what you guys think about the episode down below. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next one next week. Peace.